And here's some advice from me. I'm also a modern day inventor. How to be successful for you. I appreciate the opportunity to share some of my personal life energy, what protected me, what gave me the desire to want to invent and help children and others by the walks that I went through, and from being poverty stricken to where I'm at now to where I'm going. And one of the things I'd like to express is it's definitely true what Mr. Bouchard says about reading and developing yourself and seeking individuals to help you. And that's what helped me. Even if you can't afford it, you can't afford not to try to get the books like Think and Grow Rich, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the Rich Man of Babylon, all the books. If you can't afford, go to the library. Until you can afford the book, until you can get to seminars, until you can afford DVDs. So, my first tip in all of this is, before you even act upon all that, know yourself. It is so important for you to be successful in knowing who you are and where you want to go. I'm very soft-spoken, so I'll force myself to speak up a little louder. But ask yourself, who am I? Acknowledge who you are. Appreciate who you are. Know how you feel about things. Because it's important to establish that. Because if you don't know who you are, then you're going on a false understanding. You're depicting, I think, because I watch kids and they depict characters on TV and people they want to be like. They're not truly acting out who they are. So, right, to want to be actors and stars and talents and things like that, but who are you and all that? That's who people want to know. That's what drives you towards your success and whatever you want to do. So that's my first tip. Know who you are. Do some soul searching. The second tip is to go to the mirror. If you have the problem, go to the mirror and ask yourself, or no, matter of fact, tell yourself, whoever you are, I can go to the mirror and I say, Howard Bush, I love you. I appreciate you. Know and appreciate who you are. Love yourself. You don't like your situation. It's understandable. I was poverty stricken, but that can all change. And believe me, no matter if you're rich or poor, struggle comes. But if you position yourself and know who you are and knowing how to deal with that, it makes it a lot easier. It goes away a lot quicker. So we all have situations, so don't let that affect you. But go to the mirror and love yourself. Whether you're short, tall, heavy, whatever, if you want to change that. I can't change the short. I've been short all my life. But, that disciplined me when I got picked on as a kid from my own friends and cousins and neighbors. I was the shortest around. I was the darkest around. Got darky ink spot. It really pushed me back. I grew up in a family of 10. I was the third from the youngest, hand-me-down, all this stuff. But it drove me to ask, why me? Why am I? I was special. I was a black wrestler, Executive Hall of Fame, and all kinds of things like that I never got to. Which the point is, being successful, I never got to go that leaps and bounds. So I had to start studying who I was, what I wanted to be. That led me into the third, asking myself, what do I want? What do I want in life? So I had to really think about it. Was I just wanted it because my friends had it, or because I seen it on TV, or was it something that was really going to make me happy? So know what you want. Whether it's married, whether it's kids, know it. And then, do your fact finding. Because you have to have the knowledge to get this. You have to have the knowledge to keep it. You have to have that passion, and being, like they say, transparent. There's nothing like it. Always look at that. Be transparent now. You don't fear yourself. People won't fear you. because you give that energy out. So it leads into the fourth tip I say I wanted to share is as far as fact finding. Fact finding everything, every facet, everything about what you want to do. There's knowledge on it. There's books written on it. There's people already done it. And if they haven't, hey, good for you, start it. But there's steps and procedures that govern principles that can lead you to that success in whatever you want to do. And that's like individuals like Inventor, Anthony Robbins, Mark Hansen, T.R. Eckert, there's many, J. Abraham, many out there that can show you examples. And like I said before, if you don't have the wherewithal to buy the books or go to the seminars, go to the library, hit the internet. They give out so much, In the closing, I'll explain why they give out so much, but they give out so much that you can get and start. And it will get you to that point where you can get more, get the books, get the seminars, and then reach. But then you're so close. Like a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. That goal never changes. It's always there. It's always there. And the closer you get to it, and you stop and stagnate, and you move back forward, it's always there, and you'll get to it. So you use these. And bringing up the fifth tip or advice I can give is action. Action, action, action. And the key was really good what Mr. Brendan Bouchard said in a couple of his videos. If you notice, you are already in action, or you wouldn't be on listening to his videos. You wouldn't be listening to mine. Your thought is powerful. If you ever can get a chance to get the book on thought and vibration, we are electrical, we're energy, we're just flowing with it. That's where the movie like The Secret and that come from. Yeah. But they tell you little bits and pieces about it, but the thought is power in action. But applied thought, applied knowledge is what gets you there. So you have to apply it. So take action. Every step, everything you do towards your goal, your desire is important. So pushing through is important. So plan whatever your mind desires. Plan whatever your mind desires. That came out really nervous. So something I'm going to close, but something I apply in my life that works, and it's the 3 W's: will, wisdom, work. And I kind of went over some of that throughout there. And it's like will. I usually write some of these things down everywhere. You see my little doodling around the house. Is will is the desire, passion, or goal. Wisdom is the knowledge, the understanding, and the know-how. And work is the actual action that you take, the process. And the good thing about action, it's always in the mix. Remember I said about thought and energy, you're here instead of sleeping on the couch. So that gets you to your success. But the action has to be applied massively. You have to be persistent in order to get you your success from here to here. And so, closing, I was saying about why you can get this stuff from the masters, the people who are already successful at this, because they understand that in the end result, like Mr. Brandon Bouchard said, that I live fully, that I love completely, unconditional love, and God make a difference. And they evolve into that ultimate humanitarian. So, you be that. Whatever you want to be. Anything I can help. I hope this helps you. Sorry about my nervous journaling, but that's my passion to help. Thank you, Mr. Bouchard, for allowing me to grow in this and to share what I have already grown. Thank you.